everyone, welcome to my channel. So I know it's been a while since I have uploaded. It's been, I think, a year at this point, or almost a year, and the main reason for that is I just haven't been really feeling motivated to make videos or inspired or anything. Like, I just feel like I've been in a bit of a rut as far as wanting to make content. Like, I just haven't been feeling very motivated to make videos, so that's why I haven't been uploading for the past year. But I have some inspiration now. I'm feeling motivated to make videos, and I'm just trying to not put too much pressure on myself, also because that was also kind of why I got in a bit of a rut last year with videos, because I was putting so much pressure on myself to make these like amazing high quality videos when that's not really what I'm capable of making. So I just have to be realistic with myself and just make the videos that I know how to make. And yeah, I don't know if that really makes sense, but I just have been feeling in a bit of a rut with making videos, and also with reading. I have been in a reading slump since the beginning of the year. I have read 7 books so far, and it's almost June, or almost halfway through the year, and I've only read 7 books. I read 81 books last year, so yeah, that also hasn't really been helping with not wanting to make videos, because I want to make book related videos and I don't have any books to talk about, because all the books that I have been reading, they've been 3 stars and it's not looking very good. So I'm currently on a mission to get out of this reading slump. So that's why I have a a decent sized book haul to share with you guys, because I've just been going through like some genre / taste changes, I guess. Like, the books that I used to really be interested in reading, like all like the fantasy stuff, I'm not really feeling anymore. I'm more into like I really love romances and just like stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I feel like my taste is changing, which is why I have been buying all of these books that I have to share with you. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to get out of this reading slump. So I've just been venturing out of my usual taste, I guess. There's a few books on here that are a little bit different for me, I guess. Like, one of them is like a poetry book, and I've never read a poetry book before. So yeah, I'm just sort of trying to figure out what books I like reading. So that's why I keep buying books. I have all of these books to share, and then I also have some more coming in the mail this week or next week, I think. So yeah, I'll share those at the end. But first, I'm just gonna talk about the books that I currently have in front of me. And looking at this stack, I'm just really excited to read these. When I look at this stack, I'm like, yes, I want to read all of these books. There's like a few in particular that I really want to get to. So yeah, this is making me very excited to read again. So hopefully these books will get me out of this reading slump. The first book that I have to share is I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition because it's just so pretty. Like, I love the purple and the pink. It just looks so cute, and I love the spine with all the flowers and the naked book. Wait, first, the end papers are beautiful, and then under, I don't know if the regular edition has this too, but it has this super cute little letter, like the same one that's here on the front. Well, it's not the same, but it's similar. It has a little like envelope here, and it's like purple with some like, I think, rose gold foiling. And yeah, it's just a really pretty book. Like, all of these colors are just very pleasing to me. I love looking at this one. I prefer this cover, I think, to the original one, which has green in the background. I think the purple and the pink look so cute together. This is Casey McQuiston's YA debut, which I'm very interested to see how they craft a YA romance, because they usually write adult romances like One Last Stop and Red, White, and Royal Blue. So I'm very interested to see how Casey McQuiston tackles a YA story, because it's very different from adult stories. But I'm not really sure what this is about. I think that's something involving like a prom queen and then like some sort of mystery, I think. Fierce, funny, and frank, Casey McQuiston's I Kiss Shara Wheeler is about breaking the rules, getting messy, and finding love in unexpected places. I mean, sounds interesting to me. I will read anything Casey McQuiston writes because I just love their stories. The next book, oh, I'm so excited for this book. I have heard nothing but good things about this book. Books with Chloe raves about it. It's one of her favorite books of all time. And I'm just so excited to read this one. Like, it just seems like such a nice, feel-good, comforting type of story, and that is Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Johnny Sun. I don't really know what this is about. It's a cute little graphic novel about like an alien. I don't really know much besides that. This is, like, it's so interesting how like these parts of the book have like writing on them also and are also part of the book. But yeah, it's just a super cute little graphic novel. The drawings are so cute, like the little aliens. Like, look how cute. And the whole typos thing, misspelled thing, I'm not really sure what that's about, but this is so cute. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this one. It just seems like a nice, cute, and comforting story. Oh, the drawings are so cute. Oh, I can't. Like, this is so cute. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about this book other than it just looks super cute, and it's about like a cute little alien sent to study Earth. I don't know. It just seems very cute and wholesome, so I'm very excited to read this one. So the next book that I haven't really heard anyone talking about it. Apparently it's making its ways around Book Talk, but I'm not really on Book Talk. But I've heard Throne of Pages raving about this book. It's one of her favorite books of all time, and I've had it on my Goodreads list for a while, and I've been seeing here and there like reviews and just like quotes from this in general, and it just seems so beautiful. I actually have another book by this author and I have not read that one either, but that is Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. She's the same author that wrote The Atlas Six, which I actually do own, and I have not read it either. But this says it's just a love story, and I don't really know what it's about. I just know that it follows two characters that are named Aldo and I think Reagan and Aldo, as they go through life, I guess, and maybe fall in love. But I've also heard it's kind of sad. Based on what I've heard about it, it seems like it's gonna be kind of like Normal People, which I don't like Normal People at all. I DNF'd at like 50-something-ish%. It's one of my least favorite books, so I'm hoping this is kind of like a better version of Normal People, or kind of like what Normal People was trying to do, maybe. I don't know, it just seems very interesting, and I've seen some beautiful quotes from this book, and I've just heard that Olivia Blake's writing is beautiful. The next book on this list is a middle grade, which I'm so excited about. I've heard so many people raving about this book, and it just seems like so fun and magical, and middle grade stories are always very interesting to me because they just have such cool concepts, and they're very easy to read because they're middle grades, so there isn't really any crazy like world building or like really complicated magic systems or anything. So I feel like this is going to be very easy to get into, and that is Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This book, look at the cover. The cover is so fun and magical, and basically this follows Morrigan Crow. Here in the back it says, Morrigan Crow is cursed. Born on Eventide, the unluckiest day for any child to be born, Morrigan is blamed for all misfortunes. And worst of all, the curse dooms her to die at midnight on her 11th birthday. So this seems very interesting. I have heard really good things about it, and I don't know, it just seems like a fun, magical, and cute little story, so I'm very excited to get into this one. The next book that I have I'm very excited about, and that is This Winter, a Heartstopper novella by Alice Oseman. I'm so excited to read this book because Nick and Charlie and just all of these characters in this universe mean so much to me. They are my comfort characters, my comfort family. They're just everything to me. Like, they are my best friends and I love them so much. I can't put into words just how much I love all these characters, and I'm just really excited to read this one because I just need more Nick and Charlie in my life, and I have heard that this one is kind of sad and it deals with some heavier topics, same as volume 4 of the graphic novels, but I'm just really excited to see more Nick and Charlie enjoying Christmas. And yeah, I know it's probably gonna be a little bit sad, but I'm just really excited to see these characters again. And the text messages, one that has text messages and then it has illustrations. I'm so excited to read this. I love all of these characters so much, so I can't wait to get to this one. The next book that I have no idea what it's about. I just know that it's considered like a classic, and people really love this author's writing and poetry, and I don't really know what this book is about. I just know that I have had it on my TBR for years at this point, and it just seemed very interesting, so that's why I added it to my TBR in the first place. But that is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I don't know what to say about this one because I have no idea what it's about, but it is nice and floppy, which I can appreciate, but yeah, I don't know what it's about. I just know that I've been wanting to read some stuff by Sylvia Plath, like The Bell Jar, and also her poetry, because I've heard that her writing is just very beautiful. The next book that I have is another Alice Oseman book because I just love Alice Oseman so much. I love everything that I've read by Alice Oseman. I have loved, like the Heartstopper graphic novels, absolutely adore. Radio Silence, absolutely adore. So I'm trying to slowly make my way through their backlist. And the next book that I have for that is Loveless. This is the US release that came out semi recently, but yeah, I don't know what this is about, like, at all. Yeah, it follows a girl named Georgia navigating life. I guess. I have honestly no clue. I'm just really excited to continue making my way through Alice Oseman's backlist, and this is the next book that I have, and then eventually I do want to get Solitaire, and then I Was Born for This, and then I think those are all of the books that they've written, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm excited to add this to my ever-growing Alice Oseman collection. The next book that I have, I don't really know what it's about either, because apparently I just go off of vibes and recommendations when it comes to buying books, but that is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. Books with Chloe and Kate Literature read this last year and they absolutely loved it, and the passages that they shared in their vlogs were just so beautiful. Like, the writing really stood out to me, and I remember they shared this is like the, I'm not sure what it's called, acknowledgement, the thing at the beginning of the book. But it says, "To those who escaped a love like death, and to those still caught in its grasp, you are the heroes of this story." And this just seems so interesting. It's a polyamorous reimagining of Dracula's Brides. I've never read Dracula. Maybe I should read Dracula before reading this, but I don't really feel like doing that just so I can read this one. But yeah, it just seems so interesting. With the lives of everyone she loves on the line, Constanta will have to choose between her own freedom and her love for her husband, but bonds forged by blood can only be broken by death. So, seems very interesting. I've heard the writing is beautiful, and that's really all I need to know. And it's also pretty short. It's less than 250 pages, so I think I should be able to get through this really quickly. But the pages are like a bright copy paper white, which is a bit jarring, but yeah, very excited to get to this one. This next book I'm very excited about also, because it seems very reminiscent of the originals, which is the Vampire Diaries spin-off show, which I really love the originals. I think I like it more than the Vampire Diaries, but that's besides the point. The things I've heard from this book seem very reminiscent of it, so I'm hoping it's kind of similar to that. It takes place in New Orleans. There's vampires and witches and like a serial killer on the loose. I'm not really sure. I don't know what it's about, but that book is The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. It's nice and floppy, which I did not realize. Like, I love how floppy it is. I love a good floppy paperback, but yeah, I don't really know what this is about. The cover isn't giving me anything to go off of. It's very vague, but I just know it's in New Orleans, there's a serial killer on the loose, and there's vampires and witches, which is honestly all I need to know. The next book I have is one that I was not expecting to pick up because I didn't know it existed. Like, I didn't know that they were releasing a memoir, and I really like this person and everything that they've done, and when I saw that they had a memoir, I was like, wait, I really want to read that. And that is Deaf Utopia by Niall DeMarco, a memoir and a love letter to a way of life. And Niall DeMarco, if you don't know, is a very prominent deaf actor, and I didn't know that he came out with a book. And I learned sign language in college or university. In my last like 2 years, I took sign language classes, so I do know some sign language, and just I'm very interested to learn more about the deaf community and deaf culture. So I'm very excited to read this one, and I don't know, it just seems very beautiful, and there are some photos from like his childhood, and I don't know, that just seems like it's gonna be a very important story. And on the inside it says, a heartfelt and inspiring memoir and a celebration of deaf culture. And I want to learn more about deaf culture. I want to learn sign language again because I have forgotten a lot of what I have known, because it's been a couple of years since I have taken those classes, and since I don't really use it in my everyday life, I have forgotten a lot of what I knew, which is really devastating because I really loved learning sign language, and it just felt like a very important language that I feel like everyone should know. Like it should be a required language in like high school, like when you have to learn either French or Spanish or Italian. I feel like sign language should also be on that list of required languages because it's just very important to learn sign language and learn about the deaf community and deaf culture. And I don't know, I'm just really excited to read this one. I have 2 more books in this stack, and this next one I'm also very excited about because Books with Chloe has also been raving about this book, and that is Film for Her by Orion Carlotto. She has written 2 poetry collections, this being her second one, and then her first one is Flux, which I also do want to read. But yeah, I'm just really excited for something like this. Caught my attention because it has a lot of Orion's own like film photography, and I really love film photography. I have my own film cameras, and I don't know, it just seems so interesting, and like the pictures are all so beautiful from what I've seen. Like it just seems very beautiful, and just the way the book is constructed, like I don't know how to describe the texture of this. It just seems like it's just a beautifully made book, honestly. With both pen and camera lens, Orion Carlotto captures the dreamlike beauty of memory. Film for Her is a storybook of people, places, and memories captured on film. Through photographs, poetry, and prose, Orion Carlotto invites readers to remember the forgotten and reach into the past, find comfort in the present, and make sense of the intangible future. Film photography isn't just eye candy. It's timeless and romantic, the ideal complement to Carlotto's writing. Like, that just seems so enticing, so beautiful, so intriguing, and yeah, I'm just really excited to get to this one. And then the last book that I have is kind of intimidating. It's not even that big of a book. It's actually a somewhat short book, but it's an adult fantasy, which I have not read an adult fantasy in a while. But yeah, that book is Book of Night by Holly Black. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It's so pretty. Just like the colors on this edition specifically, I really like, and it's just so like the gold, the words like reflect. It has beautiful end papers, and look how beautiful that is. Like, it's just stunning. So this is Holly Black's first adult fantasy, which I'm very excited about because I did read The Cruel Prince, kind of. I read half of it, but then I wasn't feeling the fantasy mood, so I didn't DNF it. I'm gonna read it eventually at some point, but Holly Black's writing, from what I had read in The Cruel Prince, was so beautiful and like lyrical, and I really loved her writing. So I'm very interested to see how she writes an adult fantasy, because I know that in The Cruel Prince it is a YA fantasy and there is a romance in it, but since it is YA, it's Fate of Black, and this is an adult romance, so I'm interested to see how that goes. I don't know what it's about. I just know that it follows like shadow magic, and you can like, some people can control shadows or something, I don't know, but it is a standalone, and it's less than 300 pages, or like 300-ish pages, so very interested to see how this goes, because it is a standalone adult fantasy and it's pretty short, so I don't know, very interested to see how this goes. I kind of want to read The Cruel Prince and finish that series before I get to this one, because I keep seeing fan art and quotes and everything for The Cruel Prince and Jude and Carden, and it's just making me want to get back into that story, because what I did read, the first like 200-ish pages, what I did read was very interesting, and the writing and just everything was beautiful. I just wasn't in a fantasy mood when I was reading it, so I might finish the Cruel Prince series before I get into this one. So yeah, those are all the books that I have bought recently. I don't know how many books there are on here. there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I bought 12 books, and then I have 4 or 5 more coming in the mail. I got True Biz by Sarah Novick, I think. I also got Ariadne by Jennifer Saint, which I'm also very excited about. And then, what was the other book that I got? Evergreen, The Semi-Magical Witch by Julia Abe, I think. Those are the 3 books that I got, and I'm also very excited about. And then I also got the Nick and Charlie Heartstopper novella, and then the 6 of Crows collector's edition, because I have Cricket Kingdom. My boyfriend gave it to me for Christmas, but I want to have 6 of Crows because I want to have both books because I love that series so much. But yeah, looking at all these books, it's just making me so excited to read again. Like, there's some that I really want to get to first more than others, but I will slowly make my way through all of these, and I'm just trying to fall back in love with reading because I've been in a reading slump, and it really does not feel good because I just love reading and finding new books and new worlds to get into and fall in love with, and I haven't had that luck recently, so I'm hoping that these books will reignite my love for reading. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.